Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Good evening, everybody. I trust we all had an amazing day. So we actually supposed to start by 8 o'clock, but we we realized it's actually time for Isha. So we'll be waiting till 8:10 before starting. So pending that time, kindly reach out to anyone you know, everyone, your friends, your family, and everyone. Let them join us on the call, as the session is going to be an insightful one and you don't want your loved one to miss out. So thank you very much, and I will be seeing you in a few minutes. Thank you.
يا غافرا رجوتك عفوا ودمع يسيل على مصحف
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
يصير الله صوت
Excellent.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I can see we have more people on the call. So we started exactly by 8:10, actually. We are waiting for people who went to pray. So we'll be starting soon. And I'm very sorry for the delay. Thank you.
وتصفى الحياة بنور هدى وتطرب نفس له طاعة ويبلغ سعد إلى منتهى سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيم الفسيح سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح فبالله كم تستطب القروح ويبرأ جروح الكسير الجريح وينشط ذاك السقيم العليل وقد كان بالسقم دهرا طريق تقال العثار العظام به ويغدو الهوى ككبش ذبيح بذكر الإله تطيب الحياة تسر أسارير وجه صبيح تسر أسارير وجه صبيح سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء
Assalamu alaikum
الرحيب
warahmatullahi
الفسيح
wabarakatuh. Please let me hear our responses, or let's signify by using emojis or something. Like I've been saying the Teslim, and it's only one person that is answering since. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Barak. Once again, good evening, everyone, and yeah, welcome to tonight's session. Thank you very much for being punctual. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Okay, so we won't be wasting much of our time. Let's have the opening prayer. Mr. Toib Utman, can you give us the opening prayer, please?
All right. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening,
Walaikum
everyone.
salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We give praises and adoration to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the opportunity to be here tonight. And we appreciate Allah for giving us the life, the health for being here. We say Alhamdulillah. And we seek Allah's guidance and protection on the session we are going to be having today. May Allah in His infinite mercy make it a successful one and make it an impactful one to us.
Ameen. Ameen. Thank you very much, Mr. Toib. Really appreciate that. So good evening, everyone, and you're welcome to tonight's session. This is our first virtual session since we had the broader conference for Amalin, which was actually our flagship event. So say welcome to all the members and especially to our speaker. Thank you for being here tonight. So tonight we'll be discussing a very important topic, something we are all aware of, and probably to an extent, yes, everyone knows about AI, or you might not have that kind of in-depth knowledge about it. So tonight, our speaker will be discussing AI for busy professionals. We are all professionals, and we use AI in one way or the other in carrying out our task. So definitely we need to understand it more and how to leverage on it to make our work life easier. So as not to waste our time, I'll be introducing our speaker. His name is Abdulmalik Adebayo. So I'll be reading his bio. Yeah. Abdulmalik Adebayo is a software engineer and AI researcher who builds AI systems that help businesses work faster, make better decisions, and scale operations that used to require entire teams. He currently works at Exium Fuse, a UK-based technology company, and at Supernomics, a San Francisco-based AI-first company. You can see we actually brought the person of... Sorry, are you saying something?
Yeah, sorry, please can continue.
Okay, no problem. You can see we actually brought someone who knows who understands this and who knows his onions. Yes. So he also worked at Supernomics, a San Francisco-based AI first company, both remotely from Lagos. His work has reached users across 6 countries and 3 continents, including clients in Europe, Asia, the Gulf, and Africa. From a multilingual AI legal assistant built for a client in Saudi Arabia to a platform serving over 26,000 users. We are not even jamming our hands together. Can't you see this is a very huge portfolio? Like, seriously. I'm not seeing your reactions. Okay. Malik has spoken at Google DevFest to over 3,000 attendees on building scalable AI from Nigeria. Tonight, he's here to cut through the noise and give you practical AI workflows you can start using immediately. Let's jam our hands together as we bring our speaker on board. I'm not seeing your reactions, so it seems people are not ready to learn about AI. I'm actually very excited about this session. I don't know if I'm the only one. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Mr. Abdulmalik, you have the mic now. Thank you.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can everyone hear me?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I can hear you, sir.
Okay. I'll love others to respond. So it feels like Hamdalat is the one on call. Thumbs up would help.
You're loud and clear, sir.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen now.
Okay, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So thank you everyone for being here tonight, especially on a Saturday evening. I know your time is valuable, so I'm going to respect it and move straight into our session for today. So. No way you can see my screen.
Yeah, it's up now.
Okay. Okay, so like Alhamdulillah shared earlier, today we're going to be covering the AI for business professionals, the tools, ethics, practical applications. Who am I? I am Abdul Malik Adibayo, AI research and backend engineer. My day job is building AI systems that help businesses work faster, make better decisions, and scale what used to require entire teams. I've done this for clients across Africa, Europe, Asia, the Middle East. So I've seen firsthand what works and what doesn't across different industries and contexts. The time problem. It's 11:47 p.m. You're still editing that proposal. Your eyes are tired, but deadline doesn't care. Does that sound familiar? Can I see a thumbs up if that sounds familiar?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So here's the thing. I need you to hear this clearly. You don't have a knowledge problem. You already know what good work looks like. You know what a good report looks like. You know what a good client deck looks like. The problem is not what you know. The problem is time. The variables keep growing, but the hours, they stay the same. Everyone has 24 hours to themselves. You can't have more than that in a day. Meanwhile, the people who are competing with, like the labor market, for example, people now use AI to do in 20 minutes what would take 2 hours, like 2 or 3 years ago. AI has made everything so fast and automated. AI doesn't replace your thinking. It removes the friction between your ideas and your output. So I'd love to do a quick check-in. Which one of the tasks, what is the one task that it's most of your hours per week? Sending emails, writing reports, proposals, research, presentations. I'll also want just to just share what takes bulk of your time every week. Okay, Uthman, you can go. Toyib, Uthman, you're raising your hand, you can go.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
For me,
Mhm.
it's research and presentations.
Okay. So, who else would like to answer that question? What takes bulk of your time?
Emails and reports.
Okay. That's good to hear. So, then we have, since we now know what takes bulk of our day-to-day life. So, we can move on to the next section of the slide, which says, why most people get disappointed by AI. So let me ask you something. How many of you have tried ChatGPT or any AI tool and you thought this was overhyped and the output was mid? Can I get a thumbs up if you ever encountered that scenario? Okay. So I'll go. Okay. Mubarak, can you please tell us what led to you having that thought, like, oh, the AI you're using currently was overhyped? Can you please share that with everyone?
I can't hear you, please. Come again, please.
Okay. Mubarak was raising his hand. I was asking if you could share what scenario led him to believing AI was overhyped or the tool he was using was overhyped.
No, because I thought what you asked is that if we have used ChatGPT before, that's why I raised my hand.
Okay, so let me rephrase the question. Apologies if you didn't hear me correctly. So I was asking how many of you have tried using ChatGPT or any AI tool, and from the output, your reaction was, oh, this is overhyped. like it didn't give you what you're looking for. So that's my question. Has anyone encountered that problem before?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Okay. Can you share an example of what happened that led to that reaction?
Actually, probably maybe because I didn't provide enough information to it. So probably at times when the information I give it is not too robust, it just gives me some context that are way out of what I want. So
Okay. Yeah. So something I want to pick up on what you said, if I had that clearly, was you didn't give it enough information. Is that correct, Toyib?
yes.
Yeah.
Or it
Okay.
gives
So
me
which
information out of context.
yeah. So which is what I'm going to explain next. I hope everyone can still see my screen. So here I have two examples of you try to prompt any AI tool, could be ChatGPT or Claude. So two different examples. The first example is straightforward, but doesn't have a lot of context. Write a professional email requesting training leave from my manager. This sounds okay, but it's very generic. It's just like, just imagine you go to a market now, you want to buy foodstuff. You tell the market woman that, I want to buy foodstuff, for example. The woman does not know if you want pepper, if you want to buy fruit, if you want to buy gari. But you tell the woman that, oh, today I want to buy items that can use to make eba, or I want to buy items that can use to make soup. She knows that you are referring to things like oil, pepper, you want to buy any protein that you want out of the seal. So you giving the AI or the person more context of what you want, the person is going to give you a better output. So this example of the first one being direct and not having much context, the green highlights is a better version. So you are telling the AI the first thing, you're a professional communications writer, draft a 150-word email to my line manager requesting approval for a 3-day training leave in March. And I've been at the company for 2 years and I've not taken training leave before. So looking at these two prompts that we're passing to any AI tool, can anyone confidently say that there's going to be a difference? And if you are saying there's going to be a difference, what would you say happened between like the two? First, the one in red and the one in green. Can someone tell me a difference that you can notice between the two prompts?
Yeah, I think there's some response in the chat
Yes, sir.
box.
Okay, I'm just seeing that now. So sorry. Okay, yeah, Abiba mentioned that the first will be generic. Yeah, that's correct. Does anyone else notice anything different between the two prompts?
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can.
So about the first prompt, the prompt is not, it is tuned to just the AI output, not to your own preference. Like my own preference, I want to actually pick something out. I'll be like, okay, write an email for me. But that one is not talking about what I actually wanted to do. Write an email, is it to my HOD? If it is my HOD, should it be like formal or informal or everything like that? I'm not giving it the key information, the key indicators and things that will actually make it bring the outputs to my own preference. So the first one is like just AI. Anybody that actually knows about AI will be like, okay, this is AI. But the second one would be like, okay, this person is actually speaking, use AI to actually express his own feeling, his own prompt. So that's what I feel about it. So
Okay, thank you so much, Ukman, for that response. Thank you so much. And moving forward, like I would love to have a very interactive session. So thank you, Utman, for that wonderful answer. That was really nice. So I'll move on to the next slide. Then we have now that we just spoke about what a good prompt and what a bad prompt looks like. There's the RCCF framework. How do you write prompts? You need a structure, and I'm going to give you one right now. It's called the RCCF framework, like you can see here in this presentation slide. R stands for role. To tell the AI who to become. Here it's a senior policy analyst. In the slide we had earlier, it was, let me go back to that, it was a professional communications writer, because the goal is to write an email in the professional context. So here we're saying a senior policy analyst. It could be something like a senior engineer, a senior cloud architect, depending on the context here, or what will make more sense for your use case. So you need to assign a role to it. So there's a role. There's context. Context, going back to the prompt we said earlier, give it more context of your situation. I made reference to, you go to the market, tell anyone that I want to buy food stuff. They don't know what you want. But go to any market woman and tell the woman that, I need items I want to use to make egusi soup, for example. She knows you are looking for melon leaves, you are looking for locust beans, palm oil, different things. So the more context you pass to the AI or any person you want to pass an instruction to, the better they understand where you're coming from and what you want exactly. Then we have the constraints. So constraints, for example, are you don't want it to go outside this context, for example, like setting boundaries. If I go back to the prompt we used in the last slide. So we said draft a 150-word email. So this is an example of a constraint where you want it to be short, not too much, not just overloading words in the email. So this is an example of a restraint. A restraint can also come in form of okay, let's get another example besides writing email. It could be something as you want to you're using an AI assistant to, let's say, edit a document, for example, and tell it, read through this document, but don't make any additions to the document. Just go through and find where this information is for me. So you are telling the AI or the person you're telling, or basically the AI tool, that I've given you this role, I've given you this context, but don't go outside these boundaries. Then we have the formats you want it to come in. So you could tell it that you want it in bullet points with headers, want it in a markdown. So the format is dependent on you and dependent on your use case, how you want the AI to output you, how you want the AI output to be formatted. So this framework works on any AI tool. Any AI tool, could be ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, any AI tool. So as long as you pass, starting with role, you tell you what, you guide the AI that, okay, you are a policy analyst, you are a senior writer, you are a senior engineer, you are guiding me to do so and so. You pass context, my situation, I'm preparing to travel, or I'm applying for this role, applying to this school. You pass context. Then the constraints, I don't want you to go outside this context. I don't want you to do this and that. Just to guide the AI that, okay, I understand where I'm supposed to be. I understand where she's coming from. I understand what I'm supposed to do and not to do. And then the format, where how you want the output to look like. This is the format. Do we understand what I just said in terms of getting the right prompt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I get you. This is actually a good framework, sir.
Okay. Thank you for that. Now move on to the next slide. So pick your weapon, basically. That's what I love to call it. For writing and thinking, ChatGPT, Claude, they do so well. You could draft emails, brainstorm, put ideas into clear documents. So basically anything, for example, writing the reports 2-3 years ago would take maybe the whole day. But now with the right prompt, the right context, you could guide ChatGPT to do, okay, I need to look at this document now, use it as an example or a reference. I need to make this tick and tick. Maybe 2 years ago we had 1,000 clients, but now we have 5,000 clients. So I needed to modify this pitch to work for 5,000 clients or to work for these new clients. Then we have for research. Someone mentioned that what takes time or what takes the most time in their day is research. So you use Perplexity, that helps a lot. With asking the question, getting cited answers, you can actually verify answers. So you save you time. So instead of running through each, going online to look for each similar articles we are looking for, just Perplexity could help you do that in seconds. Just prompt it right to using the prompts I shared earlier. It gives you what you want. Then for design and implementation, you can use Gamma or Canva AI. Actually, for this deck, I use Canva, and Canva has made life so much easier. Moving on from Google Slides and PowerPoint, those tools are good, yes, they're wonderful. But then with AI tools and the right prompt and context, this can be done faster. So what I would say is depth beats variety. Though we have so many AI tools, you don't have to use all of them at the same time. Just pick what works best for you and your use case. So I'll go over it again. For writing and thinking, ChatGPT and Claude, they do so well, like excellent well. For research, I feel like right now, based on the outputs that every AI tool gives, Perplexity is leading the way right now. For design applications, Gamma or Canva AI, they do so well and they are very fast and would make your work easier. Do we understand that? Okay, Olariwaju, I can see your hand up. Do you have a question?
Oh, sorry, that was a question.
Okay, and I can see a question in the chat. So for a data analyst who does research almost every day, would I advise Perplexity or ChatGPT? So I think it depends on your use case. So ChatGPT personally, it's a very powerful tool. I feel like ChatGPT can do everything I've mentioned so far. ChatGPT can help you do it. It just depends on how well can you prompt it, how well can you fine tune your prompt so it can do well for you. So it depends on how deep your research is going to be. ChatGPT also has a tool where you can do deep research, but it depends on your use case. So if you need to cite documents, for example, might need to use Perplexity. If you need core reasoning, like if you need actual analysis, you might need to use ChatGPT because it has a better reasoning core. So I can see Akale is raising up his hand.
Yeah, so sir, this so they're actually very good. But I have a question, I have a perspective. Number one, the first one is which AI tool can actually help me visualize something that I want to bring to life, like maybe a project now. There are some things I have in mind, like, okay, like a time I thought about creating an app that actually tracks stolen phones and all that. So if maybe accidentally you misplace your phone and the how will I say, the armed robber or someone that stole your phone, if the person is trying to unlock your phone like forcefully, your phone can actually capture that person's face, then send it to an app where you can log in another person's phone. So that thing, I'm thinking like which AI can actually help me to develop and just help me visualize my goals and ideas. Number two is about, sir, which category would you put Grok AI, sir? That's the question.
So let me answer the first question on what AI tool would I recommend to visualize your idea. Honestly, I'll recommend either ChatGPT or Claude. Gemini works well too. So now we have state-of-the-art models. Every AI company is using models. So I think now we have for Claude, we have Opus 4.6 was released days ago. For ChatGPT, we have 5.2 or 3 now. I'm not so sure. So these models have a very strong reasoning core. So it could tell you to act like a senior product manager, for example, as Meta. So I have this idea. This is the problem I'm trying to solve, and this is the demographic of the user that I'm trying to help with this idea. In this scenario, I would imagine people in Lagos or people in Nigeria. So what the AI can do for you, whether I use ChatGPT or Claude, is it takes into account the role, which is act like a senior product manager at Meta. The context is your idea, probably you're trying to solve. And then the constraints would be, for example, the demographic. This problem is targeted for people that live in Lagos, Ibadan, or anywhere you are trying to solve or have target users, for example. And then the format of the answers, okay, you want it to be, give me a step-by-step breakdown of what I'm supposed to do, what information I need to gather, like the pros and cons of my idea, like are there any policies that will hinder my progress, stuff like that. So ChatGPT or Claude is what I recommend, but it's all down to how well you prompt the AI tool. Did I answer that first question, Akolade? Can you hear me, Akolade? Hello, can anyone
Maybe
hear
he's
me?
not on the call, but I had your response.
Okay.
Yes, we
And
can hear you. I had the response.
okay. And then his second question was, what category would I place Grok AI? So I feel like Grok AI is a bit different from ChatGPT because it takes into I feel like it's trained, bulk of its training comes from the data we have on Twitter. So it's more relatable. Like it has this, I don't want to say it has this human feel, but then it's more relatable in terms of so there's this thing we call a Twitter lingo. I don't know if everyone is used to that lingo where there's a slang, like if you don't use Twitter a lot, there's a slang on Twitter, for example. If you don't use Twitter, you won't understand it. So Grok has that training, like it's trained on this user data, like everyone that uses Twitter, for example. So it's a bit different. It's strong. That's a strong reasoning code to answer the question properly, can generate images for you properly too. Yeah, so it's similar to ChatGPT. So I think like, yeah, that's it, to be honest. Okay. So do we have more questions before I move on to the next slide? Anyone?
We have some question in the chat box.
Okay. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, I would love to ask. So do we take questions now, or we take them at the end of the session?
Yeah, I would like us to take it at the end of the session. I was going to mention that too.
Okay. Yeah. So please, if you have questions, just drop them in the meeting chat, and we'll answer them at the end of the session. Just to confirm, can everyone still see my screen?
Yes, very well.
Okay. So pick your weapon, then a live demo. So is Akali still on the call? Okay, I'm not sure he's on the call. So what I want is you mentioned that you had an idea that I wanted to visualize. So I would love someone just to raise up their hand and just tell everyone what you try to do with AI. So let's do it together on the call right now, just so we can practice what we've learned so far with better prompting, the RTCF format. So can anyone just give us a pointer like, oh, you're trying to solve this problem, or you want to try this report, for example? Anyone? Raju, Toyib, Bashirat.
Okay, for me, can I say something?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'd like to make a research on antisocial behavior in university environments.
Antisocial behavior.
In university environments.
Okay. Okay.
So you stop sharing your screen.
Yeah, because I want to share my. So can you see my screen now?
Coming up.
Just coming up.
Okay.
Stop now.
Okay.
Yeah,
So can you please repeat your question or what you just mentioned?
Okay, I said I'd like to make a research on antisocial behavior in university environments.
Okay, antisocial behavior. So what I mentioned about prompting. So we have the RCCF format, the role. So the role for what you just mentioned now could be something like you are a A world class. Just confirm, can everyone see my screen? You can see Claude, right?
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you're a world class guidance and counselor looking to. Can you please repeat what you said? And social behaviors on campus, right?
Yes.
Yes.
On campus or university environment. Anyhow.
Please repeat the full statement again. Sorry.
Making research on antisocial behavior in in any university environment.
We can't see your cloud screen again.
Hello?
No, we can hear you. We can't hear you. And
Can you
we cannot see your screen too. Like we can't see the AI distinct screen anymore.
can you,
Or we
can
can't
you
hear
see it
you.
now?
You are still on Teams. Yeah, we can see it now.
We
Okay.
we can see it now.
Okay,
Yes,
so I was
yes.
asking a question like, what demographic is it trying to target? Is it universities in Africa, Nigeria, for example? We need to add constraint, like so it doesn't just give us a random research.
Talk about Nigeria. Let's talk about Nigeria.
Okay, let us focus on universities.
Probably it could be in the form of a paper presentation or anything.
Okay. So looking at this now, do you think this follows the format I mentioned earlier, the role, context, constraint, and format?
Yep,
I need
you can see the
answers.
role. You can see the role.
Okay.
The content, yes, I think we have restricted it to Nigeria. The
Yes.
constraint is Nigeria, and I think then the format is a paper presentation.
Yeah.
So
Let's pass this into Claude and let's see what's going to tell us. And sorry, I need to do something I forgot to do. Okay. Can you guys see the output? Just to confirm.
Yep. Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so if you remember, we said we wanted it in form of a paper presentation, and from what I can see here, it does follow that format. So it starts with the title of the paper, which is this introduction. So you remember the constraint we gave, like I want you to focus on Nigerian universities. So it tells us Nigerian universities face this challenge. It gives us a scope, root causes, a comprehensive counseling framework, intervention. So basically information about, and it also gives us references. So, but one thing I've noticed that is missing here is it did not reference previous examples of past solutions. So trying to make the prompt better here. So I'm going to copy this, try to put it here, for example. So I'm going to say, I need you to add specific examples of what antisocial behavior looks like. What has been done in the past to solve this? Basically, I need solid context on this. Okay, so comparing the two prompts, what difference can anyone notice between the two prompts?
The second prompt has more details to it.
Okay.
Has more
So,
specific details.
okay. So yes, you're right. The two prompts are correct. They follow the format I mentioned, the role, context, constraint, and format. But then, if you remember, I mentioned that the more information
sir.
you pass to, sorry?
So sorry I couldn't get to hear my response. But this one, the second prompt, it is
Yes.
specific. You know, you are hitting the nail on the head. The second, that one now, you are trying to like just think on a basic level. Just give me this thing. This is my own perspective. But you are not humane enough. But this one now, it is specific. It is like straightforward. You want it to give you what you think you would actually do as a human. So that's the second one. But the first one, even though there are some AI whereby if you rate it like if you paste, there are some AI whereby they detect maybe is this generated by an AI and all that. The second one, I think it will be maybe over 90% like of human more than AI than the first one.
Yes, you are right completely. Thank you so much for that detailed answer. Thank you so much. So basically, what I'm trying to say and to portray what he just mentioned is the more information you pass to the AI tool, the better your response is going to be. So we can also add something here like, I am a final year student. For example, this is my thesis or my final year project. So I need someone just raise their hand again and think of what we could add to this prompt to make it better and more specific to a particular use case. Just one person. Who would love to go?
So, what about you said after you are a world class student? I can't see the prompt again. Okay, you are a world class guidance and counselor using looking to solve antisocial behaviors in any university. What about this, the demographic nature? Like, who are you trying to? Who are your target audience? You're just saying antisocial. Because now, if you are saying kids of 2 years, 3 years, what's that like? The socialism between them is not going to work because about 2 years, 3 years, like playing together, there's nothing anti like get so like the demographic nature. So I think that one should also be there, sir.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, and you made a very good point. We have that already, but it's not specific enough. We just said, let's focus on universities in Nigeria. So the demographic in this prompt is Nigerian students currently in universities. But then we can make it better by saying freshers, for example, students in early level, for example. If you want to focus on students in final year, or the anti-social behavior be saying early level student and final year student, for example. So this demographic here, it's correct, yes, but can be better. Like what he just mentioned now is a beautiful answer, and that can make the prompt better. So do we have any question, or do you understand what I'm trying to point out with how to make your prompt better and the outputs?
Yeah, we get it, sir. Can continue, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to. So we've done the left demo, and then yeah, now we've learned how to use AI tools, how to prompt, how to get the most of the AI tools we're using. But then there's something that we need to look at, which is ethics. It's probably the most important point I'm going to raise tonight. AI is powerful, but without recklessness, without ethics, it is reckless. 4 things I need you to take seriously. You never paste confidential information or sensitive business documents into public AI tools like ChatGPT or Claude that we just used. So, for example, you work in a finance company, for example, a bank, for example. You have sensitive client documents, trade secrets. You should never put those documents directly into any AI tool. It's very risky, because they are not your company's private server, and whatever information your company regards sensitive. So for some of you that are probably signed NDA at your companies, putting this information on AI tools like ChatGPT or Claude, which are public, it's not the best. It's not the best thing to do. One, you should always verify the output of any AI tool you use. So AI hallucinates a lot, actually. So going back to the prompts or the session we just had on Claude. So if you see this, for example, now, we gave it a world-class guidance and counselor looking to solve this problem. You give it a demographic, you gave it context, you gave it constraint tool. But then we did not specify, we did not give it enough information. So imagine here, we did not add Nigeria, for example, now, and you are a financial student defending your product in Nigeria. Obviously, your product has to solve a problem in your community or your environment. It's not going to give us the response that answers the question like accurately. So if you don't add Nigeria or university, for example, it might pick a different demographic, different from what you want to do. It might pick secondary schools, for example, and what you want to focus on is universities in Nigeria. It might pick universities in America, for example, and that's so much different from what your use case is supposed to be. So focusing on the output, verifying that, okay, the AI has given me this output and references. Does it answer my question? So it's basically you are guiding it. An example I'd love to give here is everyone at a point had used a calculator before. A calculator can do complex operations. 5,000 multiplied by 5,000 can do it excellently. But if you don't guide the calculator to do the right thing, so for example, 2 times 2 equals 4. Calculator can't do it on its own. You need to tell it that the first argument is 2, operation is multiplication, then the other argument is 2. So you're telling it to multiply 2 by 2 to give you 4. If you don't tell it what to do properly, it's going to give you the wrong answer. So basically, verifying whatever you tell the AI to do is going to be very important in terms of following ethics and being a responsible AI user. One, you never disclose AI use when your organization or context requires it. If your organization requires you to say this was generated with AI, for example, you say it. It builds trust. Because now we have AI tools everywhere. Everyone is probably using AI because it makes our workflow easier. Transparency builds trust. So when your organization or someone asks you, was this AI generated? It's always the best part to say, yes, I use ChatGPT or I use Claude to get this information, and I verify that this is correct. So lastly, I would love to say AI amplifies your judgments, good or bad. So it's just it as like a soundboard, for example. You pass good context to it, it gives you a good result. You pass bad context to it, the result is not as good as it's supposed to be. What AI cannot do, AI can draft, cannot discern, cannot differentiate between what is good and what is bad for your use case. So the more information you give, the better the output is going to look like. Your judgments, your values, the trust people have in you, those things are irreplaceable. So use AI tools responsibly. ChatGPT, for example, can give you so many things. It's a very powerful tool, but we need to learn how to use this thing properly. It is neutral. The intention is not. Please use it with excellence. And now to end this session, I'd love to say the real edge using access, it is discipline. Everyone has access to AI now, your neighbor, your colleague, your competitor. The question is, who has the tools and who will use them well? So here's what I want from you, everyone on this call. This week, just this week, for the next 7 days, try one workflow from tonight. Could be, I have a research, I have this idea, prompt ChatGPT, prompt Claude, it could be Grok AI, it could be Gemini, it could be any AI tool. Visualize, try to visualize, have this idea, act like could be a senior writer, a senior content creator, or I have this content plan, I need to verify it and make it better for me. So just make sure you start with one workflow after tonight's session. Next week, or moving on from the first try, we try to refine it, just like we refined our prompt. The first prompt was fine, was correct, but it wasn't the best. So moving on, like with more practice, reinforced learning, you learn how to, okay, this is my use case. This is what the AI output has given me so far. Okay, for what I didn't know 5 minutes ago, I've learned it from my conversation with AI tool. So with the information you have now, you can then prompt it better, make your work better, make your workflow better. You want to write an email, make it better. So there are countless things that can be done using AI tools. I would say in 90 days, if you keep up with, okay, could be 10, 15 minutes a day, try to improve your prompting skills, for example. You could even tell the AI itself, okay, this is my problem in raw form. I need to structure the best prompts if I want to get the best answer depending on my use case. So yeah, so the more you use AI tools, the more you prompt it right, the better your output will be. The professionals who will lead tomorrow, especially those of us on the call right now, are the ones that will lead the world eventually. Because AI is here to stay. AI is here to make our work better and faster. What would take 2 hours in the past now takes seconds to minutes. So that's all for me tonight. I would love to answer any questions you have. Right.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Let's jam our hands together for our speaker. He has done amazingly well. He has done justice to the topic. You can also say that. Let me see your reactions. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. That was a very insightful one. We really appreciate. So if you have any question, you can raise your hand, yes, or probably use the chat box. I think we had 2 questions earlier that he wasn't able to, we had to postpone till the end of the session. So let me look for it. Okay, so I don't know if, I think he answered Akim Adigun's. Okay, someone is raising his hand. Let's have you first. Akolade Utman. You can unmute yourself and ask your question.
So, Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, excellent.
So I really appreciate Sir Abdul Malik tonight that actually give an insight and all about, because it's a valuable insight. Someone that it's something that cannot be bought for free. So as they say, Jazakumullah khairan first. But moving forward, I've been in the era of like prompting. Like I started learning prompts, that was last year. So, but I'm not persistent in it because of my exams and all in school. So, but recently I've been using AI a lot, So I'm not saying what my question really is that with my past skill and what I've like gained tonight, how can I actually how can I actually position myself to like a prompt engineer now? Because this year and the coming years now, the prompt engineer will actually be a thing. People will actually look into like we have to, it's still unsaturated now. So how am I to position myself for this as a prompt engineer? And maybe there are some certifications I need to get and all that, so I can position myself a lot, because I like to prompt and I just like to prompt. So that's my question.
Okay. Okay, so can you hear me? Just confirm, Akolade.
Yes, a lot of this.
Yeah, so to answer your question, Flag, the first step to getting better is dedication and consistency. So you mentioned that you've been working on this since last year, which is good to hear. So as long as you're consistent, you focus on it every day, you block out some time of your day, maybe not every day, but you're consistent with it. So today you focus on this idea, for example, tomorrow you try to make the idea better, next tomorrow you work on the same thing. So it's I'll call it reinforced learning. So when your brain is getting used to something like, okay, today you did 2 + 2, tomorrow you're doing 2 × 10, next tomorrow you're doing 1,000 × 1,000, for example. You can only get better at it when you do it constantly, like you focus on it, you get better. And then you go online to take, I know there are courses you can take too. So there's Coursera, there's Udemy, there's YouTube, for example. We have a lot of free sources on YouTube. Also on LinkedIn, people post links a lot on free courses and what will make everyone better. So to be able to better prompt engineering, so I'll say it's practice. Take a course on it. It's how do I put it? So you can also visualize when you're trying to prompt the AI, visualize yourself talking to a random person. For example, if you want that person to give you the best response, how would you how would you relate the instruction to the person? I gave an example of going to the market, you want to buy food stuff, for example. You could say, I want to buy food stuff, which is not wrong. But then trying to be more specific, I want to buy protein today, I want to buy beef, I want to buy chicken, I want to buy eggs. So just visualizing yourself talking to another person that if I don't tell this person what I need exactly, the person will not understand what I'm trying to say. So to be a better prompt engineer or a better person that uses AI tools, that will help a lot. Like just practice every day. That will help a lot.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I already have an ongoing course and on Udemy here. I have 2 actually, so I'm about to finish one and go for the other one, because the other one is certified. Because I can't start that one if I'm not done with my exams. So Jazakumullah khairan, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Akolade, for that question. So we have 2 questions in the chat box. Adigun Akim said, what tool is best for creating ads? Mostly creative videos. I really do not get this question. I don't know if it's possible for you to use your mic. Adigun Akim, if you're still on the call, you can unmute your mic and repeat your question, please. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yeah, my question is, what AI tools that is best used for creating creative for art? Maybe videos or mostly videos. Do you get my question?
Yeah, I understand the question. So to reiterate what you said, you mentioned what AI tool is best for content creation, ads, and videos. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
getting
So
creative for Facebook ad.
okay. So the first step is before you focus on AI tools, first thing would be to understand the problem and the use case you have currently. So let's imagine you want to create ads for a bank, for example. So you could use the AI tools I mentioned, like ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, not to create the ads itself, but first fully understand the basis to solve the problem. So you could start with role, you are a senior marketer or a senior digital marketer. I have this problem. I'm trying to create ads to create awareness for this event or for this purpose. So the ChatGPT or Clock will give you a plan of action. And then when you have that plan of action for videos, I know we have things like CapCut, other AI tools that could help you create AI videos. So, but what I'm advising is before you move on to this AI or to CapCut or any AI tool to create ads or videos, understanding the problem, you could use ChatGPT, Claude, any AI to just to give me a full understanding of this problem, the pros and cons, or the user reaction, how would they perceive the ad. So when you have the full understanding of what you're trying to solve and how the ads are supposed to be structured, you can then move on to CapCut. For images, you could use Gemini, you could use ChatGPT itself to generate images for your use case. So I think that answers the question. Did that answer the question, Adimo? Akim?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think everything lies on prompting.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And the last question we have here is which AI is advised for image prompting? As Latif Basit's question.
Image prompting.
You get that, sir?
Not exactly.
He said, which AI is advised for image prompting? Generating images, I get, because Latif Basit is a designer actually. So
okay. Yeah, so for image prompting, I would say personally I use ChatGPT, but I'm not a designer, so I feel like how I rate my images might not be as good as what a designer would want. But I know that Gemini's image generation tool is very good. You have Grok is also very nice, so it generates very good images. You have the other tools are not so popular too. You have Palia, you have I think Unsplash also have their own AI generating tool now. So I think it's, to answer that question correctly, your use case will determine what's best for you. For someone like me that I'm not a designer, for example, I don't need a random image. ChatGPT works very well for me. But for a designer, you might need to use Gemini or other advanced tools depending on your use case. Okay, Okolade, you have a question.
Sorry, I didn't get the last part. You said for a designer.
Okay, so I was saying for a designer, because designers like that's their specialty. Like they need I don't want to say complex images, but they need better images.
Okay, thank you very
than what
much,
a normal person would need.
Yeah. So we have one more question in the chat box before the two people that are raising their hands. So I was going to, Mr. Agudipe said, I was going to ask if we can get any resources or material to share with the community showing these tools and what they can be used for.
Okay.
You get that, sir?
Yeah, I
He
can
said it
definitely.
was asked. Okay.
Yeah, I can definitely send that to the organizers and they'll share that with everyone if that's okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. And secondly, you mentioned that if we have members of the community that are interested in building bots like WhatsApp bots, more of automation, can you help us get probably a boot camp or something to help train them?
Okay. For a boot camp, I can't promise because I don't really know much about boot camps right now. But then I can always get documentation or YouTube videos. Someone has probably done this in the past, and there's a step-by-step guide that everyone can follow. So I can share the link with the organizers and they'll share with everyone.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. We'll be anticipating.
So,
Okay, so Akolade Utmani, you are raising your hand. You can mute your mic.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here, ma. So
Okay.
the course you can actually use I don't know. Okay, because maybe the one I used is actually invite based. Like I used June AI website. Okay, sorry, Yup. Yes, Yup AI. That Yup AI has all image model like Nano, Gwen, or
so I can't hear you very well.
and you can search about Yup AI. Sir, can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but
You can hear me now, sir.
yeah.
So I was talking about the AI tool, the what I asked of. I was talking about Nano Banana for the image AI like to generate image. But there is an AI that I actually use that came into existence. I think that was last year. So it's called Yup AI, YUPP. So the API has all image models, all text models where you can generate for free for enhanced and advanced pictures. So if you can search for Yup AI, I don't know if the AI is still open for like outsiders to actually come in because it's like a gated something. So if the person, I don't know, I will check this night. I don't know how we can get in touch with each other. I'm not in any group because I've not attended any events because of my exams. So I don't know if there is a group or anything. So I can share the resources so it should be beneficial to all. So that's what I wanted to like give response to.
Okay, thank you so much for that answer.
Yeah. Can I go on with my question?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you, sir. There is this concept of people trying to say whatever response you get from AI, you can ask it to humanize it, so as it's going to sound as if it comes from a human. And most especially, okay, let's take for instance in that presentation we just made now. So, or probably industries that try to beat AI, try to check for AI generated stuffs or so. And they say, okay, at the end of your prompt and you add humanize, it's going to look as if you wrote it by yourself. And if it passes through any form of AI test, it's not going to flag it as an AI generated stuff. I want to ask, does it exist? Is it real or is it just fable? That's my question.
So to answer your question, this is a very, I don't want to say weird, but it's not a straightforward question. So I mentioned responsible use of AI, but I said everyone should be comfortable enough to be transparent and say, yeah, what I just did, I use AI to do it. And then, because if you get to the stage where you have used AI and then you want people to believe you did not use AI, then how I put it, what word would I use? What would I use?
Are you looking for originality?
Yeah, originality. So it raises that question where, okay, because using AI, everyone can use AI, but not everyone can use AI to get the best results. Because we live in a world where AI has gone so far, like innovation is here to stay. So if you use AI for a project or something, you should always be comfortable to say, oh yes, I use AI. And then if you want to, let's say, if I get what you say correctly, you're asking for a tool to beat an AI checker, correct? Is that correct?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So
Yes,
that
sir.
okay.
Sir, to the answer to that person, the second AI to I'm not like, it's not coming, but the first one is Quillbot. I don't know if you know Quillbot.
Yeah, I know what keyboard is, but I'm going to buttress my point where I said we should be comfortable enough to admit that we use AI. Because if you have used AI, they're using AI to make it look more human, then it beats the concept of using AI to make your workflow better. Because it's just like you have done something great. For example, why do you want to hide the fact that you have done something great? Why do you want to make it humanized? Because I feel like it's a perspective. I feel like we'll have different perspectives. If you use AI and you want to use AI tools, yes, keyboards will work. But I will strongly suggest not looking for AI tools, but rather just admit that you have used AI in the right way. And then, because AI is a guide, anyone that is it highly depends on your use case too. For example, if if an environment that is a strict policy that for some tasks don't use AI, then you probably should not use AI because the policy is there for a reason. But in a normal situation where AI tools are not restricted, you should always be comfortable mentioning that, oh yes, I use AI tools and it guided me to do this and that. Because the AI is just a tool. The person that has actually done the work is you as a person, because the AI could make mistake or hallucinate. You're telling you that, oh, don't do this. You're giving it the role, the context, the constraint. Don't go outside this or that. So the main person that's done the work is you, and you're comfortable mentioning that, oh, this is my work. This is what I've done so far with the use of AI.
Yeah, okay, thank you, sir. But I think in some environment, like the concept of originality, using some people believe that there's this notion that people have that when you use AI to generate whatever it is you have done, like probably you've not done any work, like it's not your people forgetting that you were the one that prompted the AI to get the response that it gave you. But people kind of feel it's not. I think that's the reason for dehumanizing stuff. People feel it's not your work, so you don't get appreciated for that stuff you have generated with AI.
Okay, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. So before AI, we had Google search where you have a problem. For example, you go online, you search for, okay, has that problem been solved before? Or you look for documentation that could help you solve that. So it's doing to AI just on a very high level. So it's like you have a problem now, for example, no man is an island. That problem you're trying to solve has probably been solved 2 years ago. So there's no reason for you to start from scratch just because you want your originality. So when we have Google search, everyone could just go on Google. Oh, I want to write an email. So you go to maybe Medium or something, look for email formats, then you fine tune it to your own use case. Same thing with AI too. AI could give you any output, but they are fine tuning it to your own use case. So that gives you some sense of originality there. Yes, AI has the information bank, but I was able to get this information from the AI too. You can see the image's hand. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
I can hear you, sir.
Mm-hmm. I was saying someone was raising their hand, Oladimeji Aziz.
Yes. Oladimeji Aziz. If you are speaking, we can't hear you. Your mic is unmuted actually, but we can't hear you. I think his network is bad. Olanredu Aziz, I think you might have to use the chat box. We can't hear you. And you should do that very soon as we'll be rounding up the session as soon as possible. Okay, while we wait this question. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for your beautiful contributions. I love this, like the fact that we had people asking questions definitely shows that we were paying attention throughout the session. So I noticed we have some people who have been silent while we were speaking and while others were asking questions. So now I really want to ask my own question. If you're truly following, I will know now, or you're just in the session because we asked you to come. So I'll be pointing fingers. I just need you to tell us one new thing you've learned tonight. Yes, we are all aware of AI. We all know what AI is. But then from this session now, I've learned something new about AI. I'm sure you also did. So I want to hear from some people. I'm going to call the names as the spirit leads. Okay. Basirat Taiwo, are you on the call? Kindly unmute your mic and tell us one thing you've learned, one new thing you learned tonight about AI. Basirat Taiwo Badino. You have been here since the beginning, in fact, before this session started, so you must not go home without anything tonight. So let me hear from you, please. Okay, since she's not here, who else? Okay, I also have Yusuf. Yusuf, are you with us?
Yes. Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can hear you. So can you tell us one new thing you learned about AI tonight?
Yes, I actually learned about when you send a prompt, and the prompt, depending on what you give the AI, the AI will give you back. So now I know more, like I need to just touch my prompt well, like just make it better. Because if I'm getting the first response and it's not giving me what I want, I need to touch it well and make it better so I can get the best out of it. That was one of the things I learned actually, because I came in late.
Okay, yes, that's a beautiful one. Just like he has mentioned, the response you get from AI depends on the kind of prompt you are giving to it. So if you understand prompting properly, you get a very sweet response. So yeah, thank you very much, Yusuf. I need to hear from a lady before we move on to the next, before we round up the session. Yes. So Mariam Temitokpe, are you on the call? Mariam? I can hear you, but
Hello?
I can see that you've unmuted. Okay, yes, we can hear you now. Quiet, please.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah, I think that there's a network stuff this night. I'm also struggling with network.
I think our network is bad. I really can't hear, and our mic is unmuted. Oladimeji Aziz. Oladimeji Aziz, you are not asking your question anymore. I was waiting for you to drop it in the chat box.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Can send a message on the chat box as well.
What do you say?
I think you're also having a network issue. There is this network issue generally. I'm also battling with the same thing here. No problem. I think we can just close it out.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. A very special thank you to our speaker. Thank you for honoring our invitation and doing justice to the topic. It's really a pleasure learning from you. I really appreciate, and we really appreciate, yes, all of us at Amalin, we appreciate your presence tonight. Thank you very much. And we are looking forward to meeting you in our future sessions. Yes, we'll be having more of this, and we'll be glad to invite you. Thank you. So we'll be taking the closing prayer now. Mr. Tayyib Uthman. Oh, I think he was the one that gave us the opening prayer. So,
oh, okay, yes. I don't know if I can see Sister Mariam Salas on the call. I don't know.
Yes, sir. She is still here. Okay. Ma, can you give us the closing prayer, Ma? If you are speaking, Ma, we can't hear you, but your mic is unmuted.
I think we have another network challenge.
Network somehow tonight.
Okay, we can't hear from Cloud's really, unfortunately. So maybe Sister Amdala, you just do the closing prayer for us. Yeah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. We thank Almighty Allah for the successful completion of this of tonight's session. May Allah continue to ease our fears. May He make whatever we've learned tonight stick with us and also be part of us. Surah Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. So that brings us to the end of tonight's session. Thank you everyone for joining. We really appreciate your presence and we are looking forward to having you in our upcoming session. Good night.
Good night, everyone.